I had the pleasure of driving one of your cars.
okay,
I
great.
drove Regera,
Oh, nice.
and that was such a magnificent piece of art and engineering,
thank
and
you.
to
The
test it.
Regera is a very unique car.
Yes, and
Smooth performance.
Since I drove that car, it changed my mind towards any other car. But I drive a lot of hypercars.
Sure.
But Regera stood out. As soon as I sat, I was like, this is a different beast.
Right,
So,
yes.
could you please explain a little bit about Regera and what was the next step you guys took to make it better? And
Yeah, so I mean, the Regera came about from the idea of instant power at any RPM and in any condition without shifting gears. So exactly 1 gear. It's the world's first and only car still today where you can have the combustion engine drive the rear wheels with no gearbox, and that happens through the help of hydraulic clutches and electrification assistance as well. So it was the world's first 800 volt hybrid, world's first biofuel hybrid, and it set several records in acceleration and braking and track records, even though the idea behind the car was to make the most GT-esque experience we've ever done, this smooth performance monster. So we got the extreme smoothness and directness of power, but still record-beating fast. So that's what's unique about it, I would say.
so he makes it sound very simple, but every single sentence he used right now, that's a breakthrough, and it takes a lot of time, development, testing, and blood and sweat to just make it work. And this man just says it as if like nothing has happened, and these are really hard to achieve. And what was your next step when you thought about, okay, now I want to take it to the next level? And tell me, what is your favorite model?
Yeah, so my favorite model, I mean, they have all their different flavors, and they're all unique in their own right. They're quite different, all of them. But I think my favorite Koenigsegg ever was the first one we built, because it was the most impossible one. It's the roughest, least performing Koenigsegg, I would say, but it came from nothing when I was a 22-year-old kid. So, and it still drives today. And I drove it for the first time in many years this summer, and it still drives as I remember it, which was very good. And it made it possible to do all the other cars.
Amazing.
So,
it's amazing.
And apart from that, we're kind of, after the Regera, we're bringing the Lightspeed transmission out. We have the four-seater Gemera.
Yes.
We don't have it here at the show today, but it's coming to the US next year.
I love the Jesko as well.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Jesko was
super
amazing.
exciting.
So a lot of our viewers, they ask about that Ghost logo, and they kind of know about the story, but I wanted them to hear from you.
Sure. So this Ghost, when we moved to the old fighter jet base in 2003, where we're still at, they were shutting down the military Air Force base there, and we got the opportunity to move in there. And as we moved in, the sort of pilots and technicians were pushing out the fighter jet's plane, and they were a bit sad. They'd been there the squadron had been there for 70 years or something, and they were being shut down. So, and they had this ghost on the wall and on the planes, and they were calling it the spirit of performance. And the slogan was, "The show must go on." And they said, "We're being shut down, and you're moving in. Could you do us the honor and put our Ghost squadron Ghost on your car so the show goes on, because it must go on?" I said, "True. Okay, every car we will build here, we'll put the Ghost on the car." And now, 22 years later, it's sort of a bigger brand than our logo. We just got it by coincidence. And so now, of course, the owners are part of the Ghost squadron, and everyone shares the Ghosts.
That is such a beautiful, nice touch. I love it. But I think I will disagree on one part. You guys are not a smaller brand than that Ghost. You guys has actually created that legend. And Koenigsegg by itself, it's another legend that is gonna live forever, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very nice
it
to
was
meet
such
you.
an honor. Thank you.
Glad to speak to you.
Thank you.
Take care.
I
Enjoy the
appreciate
show.
it. Thank you.